Subway Fresh Fit 500. Apologize there. And Kurt drives the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Dodge for Penske Racing. And Kurt had the fastest practice time, and you qualify second. Your thoughts about tomorrow's race?
Yeah, we just came up a bit shy in qualifying. It's kind of a bummer the way that our day ended yesterday with us being the fastest on the speed charts. You have that feeling like, okay, it's our pole. We have to go out there and just go get it. And we came up just a little shy. You know, it's what this game is. It's a game of hundreds. And when you wiggle just a little bit and you feel like you lost a lot of time, then it's definitely people are going to take advantage of that. I was expecting more like 9th or 10th just with the way the lap felt. And crew chief came over and said that we were second quick. So I was relieved to hear that, but also just a great effort from our group of guys pushing hard. You know, with the number 22 and Shell Pennzoil on board, carrying these new colors, we're just trying to get out there and let everybody know we're going to be up front and hopefully running hard.
All right, we'll take a question or two for Kurt. And, Carl, if you want to hop up here, I know you've got to get ready for the race as well. Kurt, if you don't mind, we'll also have Carl join you up here. This will be the starting lineup, starting front row for tomorrow's race right here. Carl Edwards got the pole for the Subway Fresh Fit 500. He drives the number 99 Subway Ford for Roush Fenway. And, Carl, congratulations for getting on the pole, sitting on the pole for the race that your car is sponsored by.
Yeah, that's a big deal. You know, we've had a lot of support from Subway. It's been a lot of fun representing them, and to be on the pole is huge. This new qualifying format is a little stressful. You had to watch Kyle go, and I know how fast he was, and then Kurt was screaming fast yesterday, so he had me stressed out a little bit. And unfortunately, we were able to sit on the pole, and I love this racetrack. I know all the drivers love this racetrack. It's really fun to drive on, and starting up front is it's going to make the race hopefully a lot simpler.
All right, we'll take a few questions. Carl's got to get ready, and Kurt has some other obligations as well, but we'll take a couple. Go ahead right there, Lee, and then Lewis.
Carl, can you just talk about the benefit of having first draw on the pit stops or the pit box, especially since pit stops are going to be so crucial this year?
Right, track position's huge here, especially on the short run. And are you all right, Randy? Okay, all right. And so I think we'll have that first pit stall. I'm assuming that's what Bob will pick, and that really helped us a lot in the fall to have a good pit stall. You know, because I would lose a couple spots. And actually, Kurt and I raced a ton, and he would take off and leave us, and then we'd had the advantage of the pit stall, and sometimes we'd come back out front, and then he'd pass me again, and then but having that pit stall means a lot. You know, it will hopefully help us throughout the whole race.
Go ahead, Lewis.
Yep. Kurt, Lewis, Frank Reuters. Kurt, you had a very good preliminaries in Daytona too. Your team is looking, you're starting the year well. Do you feel momentum at Penske Racing?
Well, I feel like we've done a lot of changes behind the scenes, and those are starting to come out now. And once we get into Vegas, we go to Bristol, Martinsville, we'll see how things progress. I mean, we've really searched all over the board to find speed in all areas. And with Keselowski qualifying top 10 today in his Cup car, that just shows I think our cars are a little stronger, and that's what we need to continue to do. We can't get complacent, and I think that's what we did last fall during the chase, and that's where we fell off a little bit. So a lot of hard work over the off season, and the only way you get out there and test it out is to hit the racetrack on race weekend.
Go ahead, Jay.
Jay Hart, Yahoo Sports for Carl. Kind of going back a couple years, you come off that huge season in 2008. Don't have the season you want to in 2009. Finish 2010 on a high note. Do you sort of feel like you have something to prove with that momentum, to carry that momentum into this season? Because obviously you're starting off pretty well. So do you sort of feel that pressure at all? Or?
You always have something to prove here. I mean, every week it doesn't really matter what you did before. It only matters what you're able to do now. I think that having those ups and downs that I've had as a driver and we've had as a team have helped me to kind of stay a little more even keel about our results. And the difference between those previous down years and this year's, I feel like the reason we ran well at the end of last season, it's not like we have one trick. It's not like we have one axle housing or the engine. We all of a sudden found a bunch of horsepower. We have a number of things I think that are going to make our team stronger, and And it's like Kurt said, we're faster because we have done a lot of hard work, and the guys have worked smarter. So I'm more confident this year, but I'm definitely not. I understand that it's not going to get any easier. We just have to keep working,
All right, final question, back corner. Go ahead, sir.
Mark Armijo, the Arizona Republic. Carl, this track supposedly is worn out, but I guess it's still got something left in it.
Yeah, this track is great. I talked to Sperber earlier, and I think the question that I asked him a question. It seemed like a lot of people have asked him, like, why would you even mess with this? And he said that's his last. The last thing he wants to do is mess with this racetrack, but he has to because he said they put patches on this week. Patches on patches, and it's literally coming apart. So it's what it's got in it is a lot of character, and it's a lot of fun, and a lot of history, and so it's sad to see it changed and see the surface replaced, but. It is what it is, and what they say they're going to do down here in this dog leg back here sounds pretty interesting. I think it could be a pretty wild event in the fall.
Carl, Kurt, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you guys race up front tomorrow. Thank you.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.